Hello YouTubers, Liver Flesh Man here. Today gonna teach you how to make a intestinal tea, intestinal cleansing tea here. So it's gonna use a total of 4 ingredients here, including water 5. So as you can see there, I just brought this to a boil, and the proper way to make tea without killing the nutrients and the beneficial stuff, antioxidants or enzymes and stuff such as in the ginger, you basically want to bring it to a boil, then take it off the element there, and as soon as it stops bubbling, then basically throw in your ingredients then and let it seep that way. So I don't know if you can see that there, but so now so I just added fresh ginger there, a bunch of slices of ginger. This is marshmallow root, which is good for the intestines. It helps coat the intestines with this really healing layer of helps the intestines to repair itself. It helps to heal the intestines if it's anything has happened to it. Licorice root gives it a nice licorice flavor, quite tasty flavor as well. It's got amazing nutrients and beneficial properties. So then here we have the slippery elm bark. So we have the licorice root, we have the marshmallow root, and we have the slippery elm bark, and this also coats the intestines. It also tastes quite nice too. Very healing for the intestines and the ginger as well. So it's going to be a nice tasty drink here. I'll let this just mix it in so it's all in there, and just let this sit for a bit, and that way all the beneficial ingredients, it's just a better way to make tea without actually boiling it and boiling it. So that's it there. That's what the tea looks like now, and I'm just gonna let it sit for a few minutes and then drink that up for the intestinal cleanse. Thank you, Liver Flesh Man. Alright, I waited a few minutes here, so it's perfect temperature now. It's all been absorbed into the water, and here we go. Use this sifter like that to sift out all the rough material, and there it is. Beautiful tea. Let's give it a taste. Perfect. And also, when you do it this way, instead of boiling it, it's also you can more readily drink it right away. It's not so hot. All right, so that's the intestinal cleansing tea. So I decided with this tea I was going to drink a cup and then do an enema with another cup, because I mean this is an awesome recipe for the intestinal nurturing of the intestinal flora and protecting the intestines from damage and repairing old stuff. So basically what I'm going to do is just go pour it directly. I added some water, distilled water, crystal charged water, and I'm going to add this because this is still warm, so I added some of the water so that it wouldn't be too hot. But in general, enemas are good warm because that relaxes the intestines more, and it's more soothing and nurturing. And then so here I'm just going to add a little bit more room temperature water right there. We're at the 48 ounce mark, so that's it there. And I've done quite a few videos of me showing me taking the enema. I think it helps people. People have been thankful so far, so maybe I'll do that with this one as well. Here, we'll just cut away for a sec. Okay, so here was that tea right here, that intestinal tea. We had the slippery elm bark, the marshmallow root, the licorice root, and ginger, and then filtered water. The 5 ingredients in there. But I'm going to spruce it up a little bit here. I'm going to add a little bit of but Himalayan sea salt, sun dried here. Give it a little bit of a emotional cleansing and some cleansing properties. There's trace minerals in there. Here is some organic coconut oil here, and it's so that's going to be really healing for the intestines as well there. A little bit more of the coconut oil in liquid form there. That'll all stir it up good, and then we're going to just get a little bit of coconut oil here as some lubricant, and I'm actually going to do a demonstration again. And here you go, you'll see the liquid going down as I'm pulling up the perineum muscle located between the anus and genitals. And so as it's going down there, it goes down nice and slow, still contracting the muscle. And also the thing is, so right now it's entering here the ascending colon on the left side of the body. So if it fills up here, what you do after this all goes down, you pull it out, and then you do an inversion onto your back with your feet over your head, and that way the water and the liquid or whatever you use in the enema will come up here and travel up to this part of the intestines, and then also by turning on the other side, some of it will drain down, and there's a whole bunch of other moves that'll get it through the intestine, because the intestine is actually quite large. So there you go. You can see we basically got all of it in there, just the last little bit in the bottom. So now that I'm here, let me just pull up the pants here. So normally you wouldn't stand up after as well, like you would just actually do the moves. So I'm going to do the moves, which is, so I was taking it here on the right side, then I'm going to go back up into this position, head over, and breathe here, breathe, and you want to stay there for a while, and then roll over onto the right side, and that way it's all coming and pulling down here, and you can do a couple roll around so it moves around in the intestines, going back and forth like this quite a few times, and then coming up here in this position and pumping the stomach up and down. And it really gives you something to do too, so holds your focus so you don't just prematurely let it out and not get it totally cleansed in there. Circles like this as you're breathing, and the other way too. And then you're going to want to go into a handstand like this against the wall if you're not like a yogi, and basically just breathe. And you know, do that quite a bit, and going up again and doing it again. I'm going to save the time on there, and then doing some more of these, and then also you want to be doing as well the belly rolls. And some of these are really good too, just going back and forth like this. And there's a whole releasing and pulling the stomach, moving it around, massaging both ways while you're on your back, massaging it, getting in there, and you know, making it move around. And so you want to do all this stuff for 5 to 10 minutes, and then go and release it when it feels good. But so that's the new enema there with the 5 ingredients there. Thank you. That's the liver flush man. Thanks.